welcome to Cooper High School for Metro West Conference Baseball on CCX Sports as the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights pay a visit here to the Cooper Hawks, who are looking for their first win in this late starting 2018 season. Good afternoon, I'm Jay Wilcox. This one now, game one of a doubleheader. We'll just have game one, the 7-inning game for you on CCX, as the teams were supposed to play back about 3 weeks ago, and obviously the weather wasn't going to work for that at the time. And so now they've decided to just put it as a doubleheader here at Cooper. As you get a look at Spencer Niebuhr, the freshman pitcher for the Cooper Hawks, a young guy, but he already has some varsity experience. And pitching has been a little bit of a letdown so far for the Hawks in their first few games. They're giving up quite a bit of runs in the early going and trying to get that changed around here today. Wind is definitely going to be an issue today. Seems to be blowing out toward right field right now, so we'll see how that has, or what impact that has on today's ball game. Benilde batting lineup for the Red Knights here. New coach Andy Judkins this year. Matt Murnane, the center fielder, will lead it off. Mason James in left field hits second. Zach Carden at shortstop hitting third. Evan Brown catches and bats fourth. Henry Wolf, the first baseman. Then it's Clyde Selke in right. Truman Kinney at third. Kyle Klacko is a DH, and Harrison Shibley, the second baseman, hitting in the number 9 spot. And here's our first pitch. It's low for ball one from Niebuhr as Murnane steps in. Murnane so far 4 for 20, batting .200 in the early going this season. A couple of starters returning for Benilde, but they've got a lot of juniors in their lineup, so not, you know, a super young team, but a couple of regulars who played daily in the field last year. And you can see the wind whistling through, and it causes Niebuhr to stop. Cooper, a lot of seniors on this year's team, but a slow start for them so far. And that one outside. Murnane has drawn 5 walks already this season, so you love to see that out of your leadoff guy, and he's obviously ahead in the count here. He takes a strike.
Let's go! Come on now! Let's get a rep now! 7.
And the 3-1 is down low, and Murnane will take a walk to begin the ball game here for BSM. And Mason James, the left fielder, will step up now for the Red Knights. So look at the defense for Coach Tim Paulman, the Hawks. Owen Basri at third base, Pedro Ortega at short, Will Young at second, Steve Allen at first base, Johnson, Baraboo, and Walker in the outfield, Calvin Ybarra catching, and Niebuhr, the pitcher, and that throw will get away. And it looks like it is out of play as well, so Murnane moving up on the error on the pickoff. So first error of the game committed by the Hawks.
Dude, because
magic fingers.
Pitched low and away, and Ybarra, a nice block there. Mason James hitting at .357 so far this year for Benilde. 1 run batted in. He's got a couple of doubles. Slashes it to short. Long throw across, and it is not in time as James able to beat it out for a base hit. Murnane over to third, and runners at the corners now. Definitely not an easy play. Would deepen the hole at short, and Ortega's throw coming over on 1 bounce. This would have had to really been a rocket to get him, and you see the throw, one hopping in there, and James beats it out. So now runners at the corners, and Zach Carden, the batter for Benilde, the shortstop.
As you guys may know, I'm one of the head hitting coaches at Starters.
There's a strike.
And what I've seen out of Carden this year,
a .500 average so far, as he's got 9 for 18, a couple of triples. He's also walked 4 times, driven in 7. So an opportunity early on for Benilde. Soft liner, and it's going to get through for a base hit. A run will score. James, a big turn, and he's going to hang on as the throw comes into third. So Carden, an RBI single for Benilde St. Margaret's, and they take a quick 1-0 lead as he lined it just over the glove there of Will Young, the second baseman.
Let's go ahead.
And Evan Brown will step up as you get another look at this one. A pitch got a little bit more of the plate than he'd like there. It wasn't really hit all that hard, and I thought at first Young might have a shot at it, but just out of his reach. And that one drops in. So Evan Brown, the batter now for BSM. He takes a first pitch strike. Brown hitting .375 so far this season. He's knocked in 4 runs.
Blake Mahmood has.
And 3 runs scored as well. Breaking ball hangs up high. And it looks like Niebuhr just struggling to find his release point a little bit here. He's walked the leadoff hitter and.
Go on 5. Oh no, I was about to say that.
Little tapper that'll roll foul down the third base side.
Take him now. Let's go, Evan. Come on.
So 1-2 count here as Niebuhr tries to battle his way out of trouble here in the first. Benilde's gotten 1 run in. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Little tapper.
That's a hit.
Young will hustle after it. Flip to first base is just in time to get Brown. Both runners move up, of course, on the play there. And tough play, you know, obviously the field, we're still kind of early in terms of that too, so the ball didn't get out there very quickly. Once it gets past the pitcher here, this one was not a real easy play. The good thing, though, for Young is that obviously as the second baseman, doesn't have a very long throw to make, and you see he definitely got Brown there by a step at first. So Henry Wolf will bat now for Benilde. Infield comes up here for Cooper with the runners at second and third and 1 out, and strike 1. Wolf's hitting .375. 2 runs batted in. 1 double to his credit. Slicing one to left field, and that one is going to be in for a hit. 1 run scores, second runner waved as well, and the throw will be cut off, and 2 more runs score as James and Carden come in on the single by Henry Wolf. And it's quickly 3-0 Red Knights. Did a nice job going with this. I mean, this pitch hung up high out over the plate. Maybe not necessarily the pitch that you think about swinging at all the time, but he did a nice job of slicing it over the shortstop's head and into left field. So 3-0 BSM, and Clyde Selke will be the batter. Fouls this one back out of play.
Well, we don't have 25 yet.
We have 3. 3 for 1 right now. We only have 1 out.
Selke
It's not 25.
He's had 3 hits and 19 at bats, so 158 average. Couple of runs batted in, though. A couple of walks as well. So they flip over to first. They keep Wolf honest. Sounds like this is kind of how things have gone a little bit for Cooper. It isn't necessarily that they've been, throwing the ball around or making mistakes, but pitchers have been getting hit a little bit in these first few games.
What do you say, kid?
Solid hits by Benilde, but nothing that's, that they've just tattooed the ball, but they've been putting them in great spots up to this point. This was a chance to be 2. Young, the flip throw to first base is in time, and a 4-6-3 double play for the Hawks as they get out of trouble, but not before Benilde strikes early. 3 runs in the first inning on 3 base hits. You get another look at this one, a tailor-made double play. Young to Ortega, and nice job to hang on to the bag there as well at first base for the Hawks by Allen. So 3 runs on 3 hits, and no one left on for Benilde in the top half of inning number 1. So the Hawks will have their work cut out for them as they try and get the bats going here, trailing it early 3-0, and slow starts have been an issue as well, certainly for Cooper. As you get a look at the big right-hander Dylan Drees, about 6'7", and a junior, throws sounds like in the low 80s. Drees is 1-0 so far this year. He's pitched in 3 games, 10 innings pitched, 11 hits. Allowed 5 runs, 3 earned runs, so a 2.10 ERA, 4 walks, and 9 strikeouts for Drees. good competitor on the mound, says his coach Andy Judkins. Here's a look at the batting lineup for Cooper. Craig Johnson, the left fielder, leads it off. Then it's Will Young who started that double play, and the most experienced regular player for the Hawks, 4th year. They're regular. Pedro Ortega at shortstop. Then it's Calvin Ybarra, the catcher. Eric Walker in right. Owen Basri, the third baseman. Stephen Tracy at DH today, hitting for the pitcher. Jordan Baraboo in center. And then Steve Allen, the first baseman, will hit in the number 9 slot for Cooper. The defensive alignment here for Benilde: Kinney at third base, Carden at short, Shibley at second, Wolf at first base, James, Murnane, and Selke, the outfielders, and Evan Brown behind the plate. And as we said, Dylan Drees up on the hill, and on the mound, he really looks like a giant, kind of Randy Johnson-like, although he's a right-hander instead of a lefty. Not quite as tall as the big unit, but definitely could be an intimidating guy out there. Doesn't throw extremely hard, but hard enough to be an effective high school pitcher for sure. And another year yet to go in the high school ranks as well after this one. So Johnson will step in here for Cooper. Hawks were shut out in their game against Chanhassen, but did score 8 against Kennedy and 5 against Hopkins. So I don't know, you'd have to say in the first few games that the offense hasn't really been as big of a concern as just how many runs they've been giving up. There's a strike. Cooper lost a ton of one-run games a year ago, leading to a tough season. And this year, unfortunately for them, not been as close in their first few. Although they've played pretty good opponents so far too, which, you know, not to make excuses, but I mean they're going to play some other teams that they probably have a better chance to compete against too, as they've faced a couple of the better ones on their schedule early on. Johnson, a tapper to first base, takes a nice big hop. And no trouble there for Wolf to win the race to the bag. 1 gone in the bottom of the first, and Will Young will be the hitter now for the Hawks, I should say. See that high hop there, and any higher and it would have been difficult, but as it was for Wolf, it came pretty much where he wanted it. Young takes a strike.
Fastball, like the first strike in there. Yeah, it was high. It looked like it was high.
And a swing and a miss as Drees kind of dropped down to 3/4 there and fooled Young with that one. There's a look at the Hawks head coach, Tim Palm.
Yeah, let's go.
19th season. Did Young go around here? Apparently not. They're going to check to first, and no.
Hum Will.
Hum Will. Hum babe.
So 1 and 2.
Come on out, come on out. Let's go, play no one now. Let's get.
Yeah, what he said.
Hummed. Come on out.
Auctioneer Craig.
It's supposed to be.
How about you?
All right.
Just got a piece of that one as Young able to stay alive up there.
Boys, let's make some noise. Come on. Hey, come on. Let's go now. 1-9.
Let's go now. 1-9. Let's go get it.
And a solid line drive into center field for Young. He'll take a turn and hang on at first base. So Young winning the battle there. I said bad because there were a couple of pitches that he really didn't seem to get good looks at, and he just fought him off, and he had a check swing, and that one he jumped on up around belt high, and Young blasting it over the shortstop. So runner aboard with 1 out, and Pedro Ortega will be the batter now for Cooper.
Good eye.
Takes the first pitch down low for a ball.
I'm supposed to tell you guys that if
for it.
you
If you
leave
leave
it
it
high,
up.
you have to
Alright?
make him pay.
You guys-
And he wants me to.
What's out there? 32.
Kid.
This girl's crowded right here.
And that one fouled away at the plate.
Come on out.
How about you?
Alright, Steve.
Let's go 13. Let's go, Pedro. Get a picture like now. Hey, come on, boys. Let's go.
And Cooper would love to answer with, you know, getting at least 1 run here to try and battle back after you give up that 3 spot in the top of the first.
Come on, kid.
Skies this one. Looks like it might be playable. The wind is tough and it'll fall. It's a foul ball, but that's one that probably on a different day, more than likely Kinney is going to have a chance at that one. There you see the flag, and it's tough. It's gusting too. We saw 18 to start, and I got to believe at times it's been more than that for sure blowing through. And a swing and a miss, and Ortega down on strikes for out number 2. And Ybarra will be the batter now for Cooper. Nice breaking ball there from Drees, and you can see Ortega just was a little unsure of himself and tried to hold up. And I think a pretty good call. He brought the bat through the zone. So another left-hand batter here for Cooper as Ybarra stepping in. Oh, he asked for time. It wasn't granted, and this might be a balk. Yeah, it's going to be a balk. Well, they're going to discuss it anyway here. The batter looked like he asked for time at the last second, but it wasn't granted, and then Drees just stopped in his motion, so it is going to be a balk. Kind of a lesson there for young pitchers that you keep going until an umpire calls time. So Cooper kind of got fortunate really on one there, but still, like you say, as a pitcher, you gotta deliver that ball.
Keep it going. Drive one here.
Tap foul over toward the Cooper dugout.
Come on, no. Put it in play now. Put it in play. Come on, boys.
Come on, Cal. Gotta find out.
Come on, kid.
Find a gap. Bring him in here.
Let's go 2-1.
And a swing and a miss. They will throw to first, a little high, but it caught there. So Ybarra down on strikes, and the inning comes to an end for Cooper. They threaten but don't score. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. We've completed 1 inning. It's 3-0 BSM. Welcome back. A look at the fans in the bleachers here. A doubleheader. I think we're seeing more doubleheaders this year, obviously, with the bad weather we had early in this one doubleheader. We'll have game 1 for you here on CCX. And Benilde has jumped out to an early 3-0 lead here on this warm and windy afternoon here at Cooper, as Niebuhr completing his warm-up tosses. A tough first inning, although they got out of it with a nicely turned double play, which you know, Cooper maybe hoping to build on that a little bit as they head into the second. The bottom third of the order coming up for the Red Knights. Kinney, Clacko, and Shibley, the 7, 8, 9 hitters, will step in. So Kinney will bat now. He is 3 for 20 this year, hitting 150, 1 double. Also has walked once. Takes a fastball up high and away here for ball 1.
I started it. I never said I did. Come on, True Dad.
And slices that one back foul and out of play. Coach Judkins said, you know, coming into the game, he likes some guys are starting to be, you know, real aggressive as hitters. Selective too, but you know, when they see something they like to be aggressive.
Good eye, boy.
2 balls and a strike here to Kinney. And that one's low and away, 3-1.
Babe, wait for your pitch.
I don't want to throw it. Dylan called a fastball up and that's only from this roast. He called it. I saw your glove.
Pounded to the left side, and that one is going to get through for a base hit. Ortega couldn't quite get there. And it'll be a single for Kinney leading off the second. Clacko, the DH, will step up now for Benilde as you get another look at this one. A hard grounder, and Ortega, footwork wasn't quite what he wanted at the end, although similar, this one even more so than the one in the first inning. Very unlikely he was going to get it out there, even if he had fielded that ball cleanly, throwing that ball from that deep in the hole. So base hit for Kinney. That one is low, and Barra, a nice job to scoop it out of the dirt.
What do you think, Paco?
Johnny, did you shake your head when I boxed right there? Dang it.
To second. Oh, and it hits the base runner, so he's out. Kinney not aware of that ball, and it hits him in the foot, so he is out, and Clacko will be on.
It's got such a small target to hit, it'll never hit me.
Look at this. It was going to be an interesting one because Young, I think, probably was not going to get to that one, or if he did, he certainly would have only had an out at first base. But instead, they better gets first base. Shibley is the hitter now for Benilde.
You got a little more, Clack. I'm back, 11. I'm back.
There's a strike.
All right, nice seeing it.
Shibley hitting .333 so far this season, 6 out of 18, and of his 6 hits, 2 of them are triples. That'd be a hard ratio to keep up for a year, but pretty good. 5 runs batted in as well. So I'm not sure if he's been in this spot in the order usually, but for a guy you've got in the 9 slot today, he's had a productive year so far. That one hung up just a little bit high.
I'm back, Shib.
Runner is going, slice, but it's going to be fouled on the right field line, and too long of a run to get there for Walker. Boy, if that ball had been just another 10 feet, it would have been a perfect hit and run. They would have had a long chance to run. As you get a look at Coach Judkins there, given the little, he was a hitting coach at Butler University, so that's an impressive resume where he came from. Well, he grew up in Lakeville and played college ball in St. Paul at Concordia.
Is that Harrison or Eagle Eye?
Low and away there to Shibley.
Is that Harrison or third person?
Is that Harrison or Harry?
See if they'll think of starting him again. He is going. Pitch is low. Here's the throw down from Barra, and it's to the third base side and not quite in time. Not a great jump really there, but the throw was a little bit to the third base side, and that allows Clacko to swipe it. So full count now to Shibley. Runner in scoring position and 1 out. And that was close but missed, and Shibley is aboard. So now first and second and 1 out, and Murnane will step up here for Benilde. He had a walk his first time up. Looks at that one low and away. Now a belated attempt for third, but he's in safely. Clacko really hesitated there as the ball didn't get terribly far away from Barra. He started to go, then he briefly stopped, and then he got down it again. I think coach is telling him right now, you probably were a little fortunate to make that one. Once you make up your mind, you got to go. But he gets in there safely. So runners at second and third now.
Hey, do your job, 7 on
That fastball away.
Shut up.
And for all the listeners at home, this is KS95, Slow Jazz.
Rip and a miss there by Murnane. Nice pitch by Niebuhr. So trying to wiggle out of trouble here. Infield is up again for Cooper. They trail it early 3-0, and Benilde looking to add to that lead here in the second. Lifted out to short center field. A long run. It's going to drop in. One run will score. They're going to hold the next runner at third. And so a 4-0 lead for the Red Knights as Murnane drops a single into short left center field. Clacko scores as you get another look at this one. It was a long way to go. He was shaded over a little bit and just not quite able to get there was Barra. So runners at first and third now as Mason James steps up here for Benilde.
50 hits and coach got by all of us.
James had a single his first time up.
You already have one? 50 hits and Brazzers. Why you gotta give me that information?
Looks at that one out of the zone. Ball one.
For everyone?
But been a good start offensively for Benilde and looking to just keep it rolling. Runner from first is going. They're going to throw toward third, and it's airmailed into left field. And that will allow Shibley to score. So throwing error on Barra.
Atta baby Shibley.
Oh, wait, coach.
That's a lot of.
Coach, the big tag.
Mom, move. Careful where you touch me.
5-0 lead now for Benilde. Is now a runner at second for James. And that one is lined into right field for a base hit. It should score another run and will. And the throw in is a little wide of the cutoff man, and advancing up to second on the play is James. So he will knock in a run and then moves up to second on the throw. And Cooper not executing right there. They weren't obviously going to have much of a chance to cut off the run from scoring here, but not a very good throw into the infield. And just beating the tag down there is.
He said it hit his glove.
So Zach Carden will step in now for Benilde. First pitch taken for a ball. Zach had a single his first time up.
3 errors. I go to hit. DH ring goes. No, he goes, who's DH for you?
Taken up high for a ball there. And lifted back foul and out of play there by Carden.
Oh shit, I got it.
Carden did a nice job to lay off that one up in the zone and maybe outside as well.
That's what I said.
And this one is hit well out to right center field. A long jaunt to look back at it, and it'll be to the fence. A run will score, and Carden digging for third. Here comes the throw, and it is not in time. And Carden with an RBI triple there for the Red Knights. I thought that one had a chance to get out of here with the wind blowing out that way, and instead he'll have to settle for the next best thing, an RBI triple. As you see this ball landing right near the base of the fence. And Carden showing some good speed, and he really had no hesitation to going for third there either, and made it not too bad of execution on the relay really for Cooper, but just not quite in time to get him. And so a 7-0 lead here for Benilde, and Evan Brown will be the batter by the first of conference for Cooper. Does not look as though, at least at first glance, that they've asked for the ball, that they're going to pull Niebuhr here, but.
What, Minnesota State?
Pretty sure Michael's a strength gator. Get it over there. Get it over there.
What were you up for?
Get it there.
Not a head coach.
Oh!
Umpires out to break this up. A fairly long conversation there, and Looks like they're going to stick with Niebuhr here. I mean, obviously he hasn't thrown a ton of pitches yet. And, I mean, you can't say he's been successful, but he's, you know, not, I don't know. It depends on, we got another game today and everything too, so you'd like to get at least a few innings out of him if they could. But so Evan Brown will hit now, the runner at third, still just one out. Boy, Benilde's thinking that even that one out probably shouldn't have happened if their base runner had been a little bit more alert. He got hit by a ground ball going from first to second. Barra and they reach way out for that one.
I bet a shortstop.
Rip and a miss as Brown was out in front of that one. He grounded out to Young his first time up on a slow bouncer. And a rip and a miss again. Ooh, throwback was nearly over the head of Niebuhr, which would have had a chance to score a run there. 2-2 pitches inside. So now full count to Brown.
Wait, how many runs have we scored? Okay, good.
And that'll be a called third strike. Brown started to swing, then held up and caught enough of the plate to be out number 2 as Henry Wolf will step in now for BSM. Another look at this pitch. Yeah. Close enough that you probably better be looking at swinging, especially, I mean, let's be honest, you're in a 7-0 game like this too. The pitcher might get the benefit of the doubt more than if the score was 0-0 too. Not that that necessarily should be a factor, but everybody's human, and umpires too. So here's Wolf, who fouled that first one away. He had a single to knock in a pair his first time up, and there's strike 2.
Hey, you gotta protect now. If we're going now. A lot of green out there, a lot of green.
Little tapper, and that one will be foul.
You don't know.
That's the thing right now, Niebuhr. I mean, certainly you're way behind still, but you'd like to just, you know, build a little momentum, stack an out or two together, and see if you can't, you know, at the very least,
I thought it was at first, and then
eat up some innings in this game for your team, and you know, give your team a chance. Swing and a miss here, and the throw to first base is not going to be in time, and a run will score. A crazy one there, as it took a bounce. I don't know what that hit. But Wolf will reach, even though he strikes out, and a run scores on the play. So 8-0 lead. You see the throw to first base is low, but he was going to beat it already anyway. It bounced away so far, I almost thought it hit Wolf after he swung or something. So Benilde getting a little bit of a fortunate bounce there as well. They've done most of the damage, you know, by hitting the ball well, certainly, but that one got a little break too. Selke hit into a double play his first time up. Dribbles that one foul off the end of the bat.
Josh was a really good coach. Yeah, he was really
So Wolf aboard at first base. Strikeout and wild pitch. Runner is going. Pounded foul past third.
Always in the athletic. Let's go.
That one is in the dirt. Barra does a nice job to make a clean pick of that one.
Yeah, what? Dude, obviously, yeah.
Is he mad at the judge? You got a new tag?
And lifted to center field. It will hang up, and catch made there by Barra. So the inning finally comes to an end, but it was another good one for Benilde as they put 5 runs on the board on 4 base hits, and they leave 1. It is 8-0 Red Knights.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back here to Cooper High School. The Hawks in a big hole here. They get set to hit in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Benilde getting 3 in the 1st and 5 more in the 2nd as Drees completing his warm-up tosses here for the Red Knights. Walker, Bassery, and Tracy will hit for Cooper, the 5, 6, 7 hitters as they try and fight back from this big deficit early. I guess if there's any bad news for Drees, you know, obviously you like your team to score a bunch of runs, but he's been sitting for a while after pitching that 1st inning. It is a nice warm day though, so in terms of really, you know, your body cooling down too much, that part's not a big issue, I don't think, but sometimes it can take a little bit to get back into your groove out there.
Come on, let's go now, Walker!
So Walker getting set to bat here for Cooper.
Come on, Eric. Go, kid. Go,
Swings at the first pitch and strike 1. Drees had a couple of strikeouts, 1 hit allowed in that 1st inning. And that one taken for a ball by Walker. Again, Drees kind of dropping down to 3/4 motion there.
Let's go, Eric.
Man, a fastball that nips the inside corner.
You got him, take now, let's go, Eric. You got this, kid.
Little tapper. This is going to be a tough play. Drees will barehand it. Throw to first base is high, and he's safe. Base hit for Eric Walker as he's able to beat that one out. Drees actually did a nice job of getting to the ball and barehanded it. Throw just a little bit high, and Walker able to leg out an infield hit here for Cooper.
Yeah, let's go now, man. Let's get it now, kid.
So Bassery is the batter now for the Hawks.
Another.
How many do they have?
Go one, baby. Come on, now find the gap.
And a cut and a miss.
I didn't really.
Come on, Hoyt.
Come on, let's go now, Hoyt.
Let's go in.
Oof.
Boy, leave that up, leave that
Hot
up.
and tight with that fastball. That'll wake you up in there for sure. As flip to first, Walker back in.
I want to see you in the dirt. I want to see that.
And a cut and a miss as he again dropped down a little bit, and that's tough on a right-hand hitter. Big, tall right-hand pitcher coming, pretty much looking like he's coming right at you. Kind of froze him a little bit there. Tried to get him to chase that. Good eye by Bassery to let it go. 2-2 count here to the Hawks' third baseman with Walker aboard at first after a little infield hit to start the inning. And that one is inside, so now the count running full here. And that is ball 4. So back-to-back base runners to start the bottom of the second here for Cooper as Bassery draws a walk. And Tracy will be the batter now for Cooper, the DH, hitting in the number 7 slot. See, 2 runners aboard here with nobody out for Cooper, so trying to chip away and get back in this one. Fastball over the inside part of the plate for a strike there to Tracy. High and tight with that one, 1-1.
Go, Steve.
Yeah, that one caught the inside corner for a strike as he froze Tracy with the slider there. And driven out to short center field, and no catch. It was a short hop, so the bases are going to be loaded up. Tracy aboard.
Can't catch it if it touches the ground, buddy.
Wait a minute. Well, that one was definitely a short hop. They're calling the runner out at second, though, and I'll admit to being a little confused what went on there. The batter's still at first, and then coach coming out just to double check. You know, was that a catch or what? Or I guess they got the force play at second apparently here. You see that this seems very clear that it's not a catch. Yeah, you could see the ball bounce into the glove. So give Tracy a base hit, and then they get the out, though, at second.
Bugaboo. Come on, 11, let's go.
And Jordan Barra will be the hitter. So runners at the corners for Cooper and 1 down.
Never twice.
Rip and a miss.
Come on now, 11.
Pounded to third. I'll go to second for 1. Relay to first is in time, and around the horn double play for Benilde as they get out of the second inning the way Cooper did the top of the first, although that one was 6-4-3. This one 5-4-3. Drees works out of trouble. No runs, a couple of hits, and 1 left aboard. It is still 8-0. Benilde St. Margaret's after 2 here on CCX Sports.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes, but with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. big time.
Welcome back here to Cooper High School. I'm Jay Wilcox with you on CCX Sports as Benilde leading Cooper 8-0 through 2 innings of play here. And Benilde getting out of trouble with some sharp defense really too to end the bottom of the 2nd inning. You know, look at this ball hit to 3rd. And a nice job turning this 5-4-3 double play. Yeah, got him at first. Cooper asking for safe, but looked like it was in time. And a nice job turning that one there. Shibley making the turn after Kinney gave him the nice feed. And Kinney will be the batter here for Benilde, leading off inning number 3. Neighbors still on the hill for the Hawks. Kinney had a single his first time up. You see back last inning. Then he eventually was hit by the batted ball from the next hitter, Clacko. Back up the middle, nice stop by Niebuhr. And he will make the flip to first base. Just a sharp one hopper there that he was able to grab. He lost his footing a little bit on that mound, but recognized that he had plenty of time to still get the out here and didn't panic or anything. You see this one coming right back, and it's a nice play. Boy, it's a nice feeling to be able to help yourself out there. I mean, if that ball gets by him, who knows? They may very well not get it out. Here's Clacko knocking one down to Young at 2nd. Throw to first base in time, and a much better start, obviously, to this inning so far anyway for Niebuhr and the Hawks as they get the first 2 hitters, and Harrison Shibley will step up here for Benilde. Shibley walked his first time through, ended up scoring. Takes a strike. And strike 2. We said for Niebuhr now, the job's really just to kind of build some momentum, get stack some outs together, and not let things get any more out of hand than what they've been so far, as this one popped back foul and out of play. Hard liner, that one's going to be past Young and into right field for a base hit, and it might be a chance for 2. Here comes Shibley digging hard for 2nd, and he will be in with the double. Recognize that that ball was hit in a spot where the right fielder Walker had a long run to get to it. And, you know, not a clear-cut double off the bat, but he ran hard right from the get-go. And just a good aggressive base running play. You see Walker's got a long way to go. And that's it. That would have been a very tough play to get an out on. So a double for Shibley, and Matt Murnane will be the hitter now for Benilde. He has not been retired yet. A walk and a single.
Kids are sick once a week.
Rip and a miss at that one. And another swinging strike there. Niebuhr trying to get out of this inning here with nothing, no runs scored after having a tough first couple innings. In the dirt, and Ybarra the block. Shibley thought about it, but he holds up. Dirt again. Ybarra not able to smother this one. Here's the throw to third. Not going to be in time as Shibley will advance on the wild pitch. The good news for Cooper is that the ball, you know, deflected kind of toward the third base line there, making it a shorter throw, but he just had too far to go to get to it. And Shibley, after electing not to go the first time, that time a face full of dirt as he dives into third. Now here's a grounder to third base. Throw across is in time. And Murnane is out, and the Red Knights are done in the third. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left aboard. We go to the bottom of the third. Benilde 8 and Cooper 0 here on CCX Sports.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Good seats available down the right field line there too, as the good group of fans out there watching this one. 8-0 Benilde as we go to the bottom of the third. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Cooper against Drees, the Benilde right-hander. Steve Allen getting his first at bat.
Come on, Steve. Let's go, Steve. Do something here, 6. Do something.
First pitch taken for a ball. Cooper had threats in, well, the first 2 innings, but especially the second. And Benilde able to wiggle out of trouble on that unusual play. There was a trap in center field to get it out at second on the play. Then, even then, though, there were runners at the corners, but Benilde able to turn a 5-4-3 double play to get out of it. There's a strike. Drees in a spot here where you want to certainly attack the hitters and throw strikes, but you also don't want to fall into the trap of thinking, well, we're way ahead, I can just throw all fastballs over the plate and that kind of thing too. You still want to be a pitcher and mix things and work not only for winning this game, but just on your repertoire in general. 2-2 now to Allen. And there's a called third strike. Slider on the inside corner there, and that is strikeout number 3 in the game for Drees. And Craig Johnson will be the hitter now for Cooper as you get another look at this one. Yeah, from this vantage point, it appears to be inside, but Johnson slicing one to third, and a nice play there. Throw across is in time. Boy, that's a sure hand. That's why playing third is not the easiest thing in the world, but Kinney made it look easy on that one. He did not have much time to react there, but good sure glove and throws him out, and Will Young will bat now for Cooper. Young had a single his first time up. And chase that one down in the dirt, so 0-1. Young's played a lot of baseball in this Cooper program, as we said, 4-year regular. Pounded to short. Long throw across is in time, and so a 1-2-3 inning for Drees and the Red Knights. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We've completed 3 full here at Cooper. It is 8-0 Benilde.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit. quit. Okay, I get it. I'll do better. Just please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back here as the fans enjoying the weather. The game not as close as the Cooper fans would like anyway, at least for now, but an 8-0 lead for Benilde. The new pitcher coming in for Cooper as Shane Mullen will come on to work. He is a senior for the Hawks and a right-hander, so Niebuhr kind of disappointed, I'm sure. He did end with a pretty good last inning as he faced just 4 hitters and did not allow a run, but overall working 3 innings, allowing 8 hits and 8 runs. Walked a couple and struck out a couple. So Mullen in, and the first pitch grounded foul by Mason James. James 2 for 2 here.
Shut up, I hate you. I was ready for you to be quiet. Okay, fine. Let's wait back a couple years.
Pounded to short. Ortega up with it. The throw not in time. A one-hop throw, and James will reach on the air to start inning number 4. We saw earlier he runs well, and Ortega fielded it cleanly, but his throw into the dirt dug out nicely. I mean, actually a pretty easy ball to pick, but that makes it not in time, and definitely an out you should get. So scored as an E6. Zach Carden, the batter, takes a strike. Zach, last time up, hit one about as far as you can without getting it out, as it bounced at the base of the fence in right center, a triple after he'd singled his first time through. So the first 3 hitters in the Benilde lineup were a combined 5 for 5 with a walk their first 2 times through, and that tells the story about as much as anything about how this game has gone. And this one driven hard out to right field, a long run, and it is gone. This time Carden hits it to a little bit shorter part of the park and gets it out. And so Benilde will extend the lead now to 10-0. Carden having himself a day, huh? Single and a triple, and now a 2-run homer. So Carden, a rocket out to right field, and obviously the wind blowing that way doesn't hurt either. He gets his first home run of the year. As you see, drifting back, I thought there was a chance this one might stay in the park, but gets out by a couple feet. And now Evan Brown will line a single into right field here for Benilde. Brown will hang on with a single here, so the Red Knights continue to hit well, although Cooper really should have had an out on the first batter. And Henry Wolf getting set to step up. First, we're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Brown, as Michael Schmidt will come in to run at first base. Cooper having a little defensive talk here too, at least catcher pitcher. So Schmidt running at first. Not a bad name for a baseball player, by the way, Michael Schmidt. The Phillies Hall of Fame third baseman went by Mike instead of Michael, but you get the picture. So Wolf, the batter now, he knocked in a pair with a single his first time up, then reached on a strikeout in the second. There's a strike. Slicing it out of play down the third base side. And drives this one out to left center field, and that's going to be down for a hit. It'll get to the fence and should score another run. Schmidt being waved around. Well, they've got a play on him, and here's the throw. It is in time. Should score another run, I said. I was wrong. Nice job defensively by Cooper. As Schmidt sent to the plate, and he is cut down. So Wolf will get a double and then advance to third on the throw. But Cooper does a nice job executing to get over to this one. Schmidt was running hard, and to be honest, I didn't think there was all that great a chance to get him, but then the throw actually beats him by quite a bit. And Barra reaching out for the tag. So Selke will hit. Wolf over at third. Again, a double and advances on the throw to the plate, but they get the runner at home. Selke waving at that one up and away.
Stay in your own zone, kid. Come on. Stay within yourself. Come on, Clyde.
Cooper with this kind of margin electing not to play the infield in anymore. The corner infielders at first and third kind of on the edge of the grass, and there's one hit that way. They're going to throw to the plate, and he is able to get the tag on. It almost looked like the tag might have been avoided by Wolf, but the ball beat him there by so much that they'll give the defense the benefit of the doubt there for out number 2. Selke aboard on a fielder's choice. And Kinney will hit now for Benilde. So Cooper getting 2 outs at the plate in this inning. That's you don't see that every day. Barra making a couple tags, and a throw, pickoff throw is way high. And Selke to second. E1 there as that throw was airmailed out of there by Mullen. Taken for a strike there. Kinney is 1 for 2 today. Fouls this one away. Lifting this one down the right field line and drifting over and making the catch there in foul ground. There's a lot of room in foul territory as Walker gets to it. And so Benilde is done in the 4th inning. However, they had a couple runs on the 2-run homer by Carden. It's 10-0 Red Knights.
Blake Mahmood drinking out of a straw for the next 6 months.
See how this game has progressed so far. Benilde jumping out early, and a lot of waving of base runners in the early going here. As you see that hit that knocked in a couple for Wolf. And Murnane driving in a run in the 2nd inning for Benilde. Kept on hitting there as Murnane around to score. And then Carden, a long drive. This one's the one that winds up being a triple. in the second inning, part of that 5-run frame for Benilde. And even their bad plays turn out good. A strikeout there, but a runner reaching and a run scoring. And then look at Carden's long blast last inning. So the Red Knights maintaining a 10-0 lead as Drees back out there to work in the bottom of the 4th. The 3, 4, 5 hitters due for Cooper: Ortega, Ybarra, and Walker, the scheduled batters here for Cooper. You know, so far so good for Drees. As we said, Cooper really, I think, would like to have that second inning back, as they didn't, you know, put some runners aboard but unable to score. And then a 1-2-3 third work by Drees, and Ortega stepping in. He struck out his first time up. And he jumps on the first pitch, and he will knock it into right field. There could be a play at first. Nope, not going to make a throw. It'll be a single for Ortega here to begin the 4th inning. Another look at this one. A pitch up and in, and just turned on it, able to knock it out there. There was a brief thought of, hey, do I have a play at first here? But that's pretty rare in baseball. It's certainly something you see in fast pitch softball, but Barra takes the ball inside. He struck out his first time up. Certainly for Benilde, with this one being a doubleheader and just the stack up of games and stuff, I'm sure they would, you know, ideally maybe like to get Drees to complete this one. And this was timeout called before the pitch, and this time Drees did go ahead and throw it, which he didn't do earlier, but ended up having a balk called on him. It was a play earlier in the game where a batter asked for time, but the umpire didn't grant it, and Drees just stopped in mid-motion. Nips the outside corner with that one. And to say that for Benilde, the ideal scenario here, I think, would be if they were able to 10-run Cooper and have Drees, you know, pitch all 5 innings. That one just missing. And that one outside. And ball 4, so Ybarra takes a walk. This is exactly how the previous, or excuse me, not the last inning, but the inning before that, the second inning started for Cooper with a single and then a walk. Let's see, a courtesy runner coming on for Cooper. It looks like Andrew Hoffenke will run for Ybarra, who is the catcher. So obviously, pitcher and catcher can be run for as a courtesy runner situation, and that's what we see with Hoffenke stepping in. Eric Walker's the batter now, first and second, nobody out for Cooper. They haven't been totally lacking in base runners in this game, certainly, but so far not able to string enough of them together to get a run. Walker had the infield hit that Drees came off the mound and fielded and threw a little bit high, but looked like he might have had a beat out anyway. Oh, and this one gets him in the middle of the back, so the bases will be loaded up. Might be a little painful way to get on, but you'll take it if you're Cooper at this point. Rated on the 8, it looked like. So bases full for Owen Basri. That's the thing about baseball. I mean, there's not a clock to run out on you here, so Cooper's still got a shot. I mean, if you're able to string together a couple more hits here, they could be, I don't want to say right back in it, but they could at least make it interesting a little bit if they were able to come through with a couple of hits in an inning like this. I think it hurt that it went from 8 to 10 on that home run last inning. Certainly they felt a little more still in it. Down the line, that's a fair ball, and it'll score 1 run and maybe 2. And indeed, it will score the second run as well as Hoffenke comes around. Basri drilling a single down the third base line. And Cooper is on the board. Now a 10-2 ball game. Another look at this one as he takes his pitch on the inside part of the plate and drives it down the third baseline. And just fair. Tracy stepping in, takes a first pitch strike. Tracy had a single his first time up, and there's strike 2. Fights that one off, a slashing swing at a pitch up high. Tried to come back with that slider in the inner part. He got that call early, but that one was definitely inside. Tracy, a comebacker here. Drees is going to go to third, and then a double clutch on the throw to first base, not in time. So they do get the lead runner there. And Tracy aboard on a fielder's choice. A lot of different ways you could go with that one if you're Benilde. You could say maybe they could have, you know, gone an easier route to try and get the second to first double play, but instead wanted to get that lead runner. And then there was the double pump took away really any chance to get the out at first. It was going to be tough anyway. Jordan Baraboo, the hitter now. Runners at first and second, 1 gone. Baraboo hit into a double play as you see the previous time he came to the plate. Pops this one up, and it's going to get out of play. Cut and a miss. So Baraboo down in the count here, 0-2. Drees trying to work out of trouble here. 1 out has been recorded. And a swing and a miss. First base is occupied, so Baraboo is out. 2 gone. And Steve Allen will be the hitter, and big out there for Drees. He gets his 4th strikeout. And now Allen, who struck out looking to begin the 3rd inning. Fastball in for a strike. Fouls this one back. And to third. Base runner, or excuse me, third baseman asking, saying that the base runner had run out of the baseline, but it does not look like they're going to grant him that. I don't think you ever really assume that. So the bases are going to be loaded up. He tried to make the tag on Basri, and then he kind of ran around him, and he was hoping that they were going to say he was out of the baseline, but that's not the case. And so Craig Johnson will hit with the bases loaded now for Cooper. Really kind of a mental mistake there for Benilde. I mean, you've got to get an out on that play one way or the other. Taken low for a ball. Really, with 2 outs, if it becomes difficult at all to tag that runner, I think you got to just make the throw across to first. But didn't do it. And down low for a ball. So Drees having to battle back here. There's a strike. So the count full now with the bases loaded for Cooper here. They've put a couple on the board in this inning, still trailing big, but possibility of adding to it here, and a swing and a miss, and catcher will just step on the plate for the 3rd out. So the Hawks are done in the 4th inning. They do get their first 2 runs of the game, though. 2 runs on 2 hits, and they strand 3. We go to inning number 5. It's 10-2 Red Knights.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back here to Cooper. You see a great start for Benilde. I mean, they took control of this one with 3 in the first, 5 in the second. Cooper fighting back with a couple runs. They had another inning where they probably felt they should have got more, but or got something, but they are at least right now within 10-2. And Clacko, Shibley, and Murnane, the scheduled batters for BSM here in the 5th, the 8, 9, and 1 slots. Mullen still on the mound here for his 2nd inning of work for Cooper. He gave up that 2-run homer to Carden last inning, but then got out of some difficulty later in the inning. That one bounces in. There's a strike. Tap foul at the plate here as Clacko stays alive here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, this is game 1 of a doubleheader. We'll just have the first game for you here on CCX Sports. They've scheduled a second 5-inning game instead of trying to make up an earlier one that they had to postpone. And that one will be through for a base hit. Ortega, a nice effort, but Clacko will have himself a single here leading off the 5th. And Harrison Shibley will be the batter now for Benilde. Another look at this one. Sharp breaking ball there, and didn't kill it, but he got enough of it just bouncing over the glove of Ortega with the late dive. Shibley has been good today, a walk and a double. takes a strike here.
That wasn't you.
And pops this one up. Could be trouble in this wind. And it'll be caught as a right fielder. That's obviously a better angle for Walker than anybody else. And he didn't seem to have any trouble tracking that one. Gets to it and makes the catch for out number 1. And Matt Murnane will be the hitter. Those are the kind that are really tough on first baseman or second baseman trying to go back on the ball, especially with that wind. Walker fighting the sun a little bit coming in, but he didn't seem to have any issue with getting to that one. And you can tell it's definitely a difficult sun field right now because Walker, even though I think he's got the glasses on, he was still trying to shield the sun with his glove out there. But he did a good job. That one missing outside here to Murnane. You see a couple productive at-bats to start the game for him, certainly. Fouling it off the end of the bat there. Wind kicking back up a little bit. It seemed like it had maybe lessened just a little bit as the game's gone on, but now coming back out strong. There's a strike, and 2-2 is Mullen fighting back. Close one there, taken for ball 3. And that one is low, and Murnane has his second walk of the afternoon. So 2 on with 1 out now for Benilde, and Mason James will be the hitter. James has been aboard all 3 times. A couple of singles, last time reaching on an error. And that one is high and tight. Slices this one into left field for a base hit and a hold up the runner, so they'll be loaded up now for Carden. Third hit of the game for James as he jumped on that one. Slaps it hard into left field. Actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Benilde, as Tino Fialo will be the batter. So he will hit for Carden here with the bases full. 1 out in the 5th. Popping it up, it's going to get out of play. Fialo has just had 1 at bat so far, 0 for 1. Taken for a ball. So Benilde, you know, not right now giving Carden another opportunity after he'd been 3 for 3. You want to, you know, use the opportunity to get some other guys in there too. I mean, you'd like to tack on another couple runs here to maybe shorten this game, but at the same time, you know, you kind of applaud that they're willing to give their bench guys a little and maybe pull off the reins a little bit as well. And that one for a strike. Fialo thought he had drawn a walk. So full count here to the pinch hitter Fialo. And a cut and a miss and down on strikes. And so Evan Brown will be the batter now for Benilde. Another look is Mullen battling back here to get the strikeout. See Brown has had one hit so far today and pops this one back fouling out of play. See, they're loaded up for Benilde, but now 2 outs. Smack to third. Throw to second is in time for the out as Young cutting across the bag. Little indecision there on where they should go with that one, but they get the out, and Benilde is done in the 5th inning. No runs, a couple of hits. They leave 3. And so we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is still 10-2 Red Knights.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
Welcome back here to Cooper as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Benilde leading Cooper by a score of 10-2 as the Hawks got their first 2 runs last inning, and we'll try and build on that here as they'll have the 2-3-4 hitters coming up. Young, Ortega, and Barra to hit. Drees still on the mound here for Benilde. Benilde missing out on an opportunity to, to restore that 10-run margin as they had loaded the bases up, but not able to push anything across in the top half of this inning. So Young getting set to step in. He is 1 for 2 today. First pitch, fastball over for a strike. And trying to drop a bunt down, but pushes it foul down the first base line. Just missed with that one. Young watching it all the way in and just hoping he didn't see that right hand go up. 1-2. Up the middle. Whoa, that one takes a strange hop, and that'll be a base hit for Young. As heading over to his left there was Carden, and watch this ball take a U-turn away from him. And no chance on that one. So base hit for Young, and Ortega will be the batter. Rip and a miss. Ortega came in to score Cooper's first run last inning after singling. And hits this ball hard to the right side, and that'll be through for a base hit. So back-to-back hits for Cooper to begin the fifth. Another look as he jumps on this fastball, and they had him kind of shaded toward the middle, and really no chance, you know, in some defensive alignments that one maybe would have been right at the second baseman, but not in that case. And Ortega gets a solid single, so Barra will be the batter here. 2 on, nobody out for Cooper. He walked last time and his courtesy runner scored. There's a strike. Runner going from second. Here's the throw down, not in time, and it gets away, but not enough to score. So no error, just a stolen base on the play for Young. I think he was reading the pitcher and just figured, I mean, yeah, you're down big, but he thought he saw an opportunity to get a big enough jump, and you see the throw was not going to be in time anyway. So no error, just a stolen base. But runners now at second and third for Barra, and he will drive this one into right field. That'll score 1 run. Second runner being held, so a base hit for Barra to drive in a run, and it's 10-3. Another look, another good piece of hitting. A lot of left-handed hitters in the Cooper lineup, and just hit the ball hard on the ground and into right field. So runners at first and third for Eric Walker. He takes a strike. And Drees seems like he's pretty much pitched the same all game. You know, at times they've hit him a little bit, at other times he's been pretty effective. Obviously he's still working with a big lead, but see running again at first base is Hoffenke, courtesy runner. Breaking ball over for a strike. And this one on the ground and through for a base hit into left field. Another run scores here for the Hawks as Ortega comes in. RBI single for Walker, and Cooper battling back into this one. Basri will be the batter for Cooper as you see Ortega scoring, and it makes me wonder a little bit if Benilde at all regrets pinch hitting for Carden, who's been so red hot. You know, kind of feeling like, well, we've really got this one, a big lead and all that, and they had a chance to push a few more across, but it didn't end up working out as they pinch hit and didn't get any runs in that inning. So Basri will bat now, first and second. Nobody out still for Cooper here in the bottom of the fifth. Bouncer to third. He'll go to second for 1. Relay to first is not in time. And so there'll be runners at the corners. This is one of those that, you know, as the third baseman, sometimes you're thinking, you know, do I go third to first? But he was too far off the bag. I think it was the right decision, but they just couldn't quite execute enough to get that double play. Tracy, a foul ball at the plate here for the Hawks. So Benilde does get the first out of the inning. That's the good news, but for their sake, the bad news is they couldn't turn it. So first and third and 1 out. Back up the middle. Steps on second, and that will be a double play. This time they get it. Drees tried to reach out with his foot, and probably fortunate that he didn't for two reasons. He'd get hurt and also knock that ball away. They get the double play ball to get out of the inning, and a nice job to get this one done, really fighting that one off. There was the second baseman Shibley, and then at that point, it's a pretty easy play to get the out at first. Cooper, though, gets a couple more runs in the inning on 4 base hits, so they have battled back into this one. It is 10-4 Benilde.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Welcome back here. The first pitch of the top of the 6th inning. Henry Wolf fouls it away here as he faces Cooper righty Shane Mullen, the second pitcher of the game. So Cooper's fought back to within 10-4 now. And this one fouled away down the left field line. Wolf's had a couple of hits. Last time around, a double. Well, Mullen's not overpowering, but he's done a couple innings, allowed a couple of runs. He's done an okay job of holding this game to somewhat within reach here for Cooper. The way the game started, you would have thought the odds weren't too good that it would ever get to this score even. There's still a 6-run lead for Benilde. It's not like they're on the way out, but that's a called third strike as Wolf caught looking, and Selke will be the hitter now for BSM. Another look. Mullen nipping the outside corner with that one. It's been a pretty generous strike zone for the most part here today, so he better be up there looking to swing. Selke jumps on the first pitch, but it's fouled on the left field line.
Come on, Shane. Battling there, kids. Oh, baby.
Ooh, chased that one up. Really helped Mullen on that pitch up and out of the zone. And just fights that one off. Lifted foul and out of play down the left field line. He's spraying them all over here. Popping this one out to left center, and playable and caught there by Barra for out number 2. And Kinney will be the batter now for Benilde. Cooper's not had a 1-2-3 inning in the field yet. A third inning was the closest. They faced 4 batters. So Mullen trying to get 3 quick outs here. Down to short. Ortega up with it, and he will throw him out. So that is indeed a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, and no one left for Benilde in the 6th. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. It is 10-4 Red Knights.
Hart, what's going on?
I'm leaving.
Why? What did I do?
Not enough. You constantly ignore me. You barely eat anything healthy. You're half as active as you used to be. The pressure is just too much. I quit.
Okay, I get it. I'll do better.
Just please, don't leave. Okay. But remember, if I go, you go.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you. Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
And welcome back to Cooper. A new pitcher coming on now for Benilde St. Margaret's. Blake Mahmoud will relieve the starting pitcher Drees, who worked 5 mostly pretty good innings, although Cooper ended up getting to him for 9 hits and 4 runs ultimately. Mahmoud has pitched in a couple of games, 0-0 with a 2.50 earned run average. He's worked 14 innings, allowed 13 hits, but 16 strikeouts in that work, and also 8 walks. So he harder thrower, it looks like, than Drees, but maybe a little bit of control issues as well. Barra stepping in. Got the high socks, and he comes in high and tight. Barra ducking out of the way. Catcher not able to squeeze that one too. So Mahmoud coming in, throwing some heat. There's a strike. You know, to be honest, I'm not sure if he necessarily throws harder than Drees. It's just a little bit different kind of motion that maybe looks like it's really popping out of there. There's a strike. And a called third strike as Barra caught looking. Can be a little bit difficult when you first facing a pitcher. You get a look. He's got the big high socks and really driving into that motion, where Drees is kind of a more easy, laid back motion. A lot more movement to the motion from Mahmoud, and that one left up high here. Steve Allen, the batter here for Cooper. Misses outside with that one. In on the hands and fouled straight back there by Allen. Cooper, maybe going to run out of innings here, but I think they at least feel better that they've battled their way back into this one somewhat after really a tough start. Swinging strike there, and it's 2-2 to Allen. And another called third strike as Allen caught looking like Barra was to begin the inning, and Craig Johnson will be the hitter. Another look, and from where I'm sitting, this one It definitely was a strike. Allen maybe looking for another pitch there. Thought he'd waste one, but did not pull the trigger on that fastball, which appeared to catch a lot of plate. So top of the order now with Johnson, but he will knock one down to first. The flip over, Mahmoud covering, and they get the out. So a quick inning worked, and that's what you like to see when a guy comes on in relief. Mahmoud, a couple of strikeouts, and then covers first base nicely there. No runs, no hits, and no one left for Cooper. We head to inning number 7. It is 10-4 Red Knights.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
We head to inning number 7 now, and Mullen's still on the mound for Cooper. We do have a pinch hitter coming up to lead off the inning, it looks like, as Michael Schmidt will bat for the Red Knights. He's gone 2 for 7 so far as a hitter this year, 1 run batted in. He's hitting in the number 8 spot, the DH spot, as he replaces Clacko. Looks at a first pitch up high for a ball. Rip and a miss. Lifted out to center field. It hangs up nicely there and squeezed by Baraboo for out number 1. And Shibley will step up here for Benilde. Shibley flied to right in the 5th inning after doubling in his previous at bat. And fouls that one away down the first base side. I'm sure if you'd asked the Benilde guys, you know, after a couple innings, that they would have probably expected and hoped that they would end up, you know, have more than 10 runs at this point. It looked like for a while they were really going to keep scoring, but that's baseball. That can certainly happen. And there's a called strike, and Shibley is down for out number 2. And Murnane will be the hitter. Boy, Mullen's gotten himself into a nice groove. Obviously not a hard thrower. He's got a little variety of off-speed stuff. And here's a strike to Murnane. And that one fouled straight back. Lays off that one in the dirt as Mullen tried to get him to chase here, 1 and 2. And now 2 and 2. Pops this one up. It is going to get just out of play there. And out to center field. Barra coming on, and he gets 2 putouts here in the 7th. The Red Knights go quickly in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We go to the bottom of 7. Cooper trying to battle back. They trail it 10-4.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
One last at bat here in this game 1 for Cooper as they trail at 10-4. They're going to see another new pitcher as Fialo will come on as the reliever here in the 7th inning for Benilde. Boy, I think Cooper probably not terribly disappointed to see last inning's pitcher out of there as Mahmoud came in and mowed through him pretty quick. But Fialo looks like he's also had a pretty good start to the season this year. He's 1-0 with 1 save. He's worked 5 innings, allowing only 1 hit, 1 run. It was unearned, 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. So he may be kind of tabbed as their closer a little bit. Will Young will step in to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th for Cooper. Number 2 hitter in their order. He is 2 for 3 today, and he takes a first pitch strike from Fialo. Taken up high for a ball. Ooh, high and in on that one, and Young turning away just at the last second. So Fialo falling behind in the count here as Young tries to get the inning started by reaching any way he can here. There's a strike. So the count running full here to Young. Ortega waiting on deck. Cooper scored 2 in the 4th and 2 more in the 5th after being down big early in this game. And there's ball 4 as Young works out a walk to start the 7th. And so Ortega stepping in. He is 2 for 3. And he takes the first pitch fastball for a strike. Ooh, strike 2.
Hey, you're good, Pete. They gotta protect now.
That one's outside. 1-2 now to Ortega. One thing we haven't seen a whole lot of is getting base runners started for either team. It's certainly not a spot where you would be very likely at all to do that here with this margin. You can't afford to give up an out. Laid off of that one. So we go to a full count again here as Ortega battling here with Fialo. Fouling this one back into the backstop. Guy's another one back foul and out of play. So 3-2 again here to Ortega. Fouls another one away out of play. Looks like Schmidt's in there now defensively at third base for the Red Knights, by the way. Fouls this one back. Didn't mean to swing, but foul tip. Quite a battle here, and an important one, obviously, too. Here in the bottom of the seventh, we stay at 3-2. Nobody out. Runner at first for Cooper. They're down 6, but still have life here with the heart of their order. And yet another foul ball. Fialo keeps shooting strikes, and Ortega keeps fighting him off. And a hard line drive up the middle, and that'll be a base hit for Ortega. So after the walk to Young, Ortega winning a great battle there and drives a hard liner up through the box and into center field, and Barra will be the batter. Got a lot of this one and knocking it into center. Only question was whether there might be a chance at a force play there, but Young read it well enough that he was able to get there. So Ibarra will be the batter. Takes a first pitch strike. So Ibarra's been on the last 2 times, a walk and then a single, and there's a strike. That one misses low. 1-2 count here. Walker on deck for Cooper. And this one is hit hard, and that'll be in for a base hit to right. Gonna put the brakes on here. So the base is now loaded up for Cooper. As Ibarra smokes this one. They've been pretty hard hit balls here too, these last 2 singles, and I think Cooper doing the right thing, not gambling on sending a runner there. There's really, I mean, you're still down by 6 runs. Don't take chances on the bases at this point. And so they are loaded up now for Walker. Walker's had a pair of hits and also was hit by a pitch. Takes a strike here. Benilde trying to nail this one down. For a while it looked like it was going to be easy, but Cooper has made things interesting. And there's strike two. And a breaking ball for a called third strike. Started him with fastballs and then froze Walker with that one that catches the inside corner. One out. And Owen Bassery will be the batter as you get another look at this one. And then buckled the knees a little bit there and looks like it caught the inside corner. So one out. That one is down low. Nice job. And the plate there by Brown.
Let's go one.
And this one will get past Brown. A late start from third, and the throw is in time. Young is out at the plate. It looked like one that if you were going to go, he should have been able to score without too much trouble, but got a late start and is cut down at the plate. Another look as they throw and the tag applied. Fialo getting it on. Young knew at that time the ball had beat him. He was going to try and do something a little different with the slide, but so a big out recorded there by Benilde, and to be honest, for Cooper, that's a tough one. It should have been easily able to score.
Come on, let's go, Owen.
There's a strike.
Let's go one.
And that one low and away. Brown off his glove and then trying to sell it a little bit that maybe had gone a long ways away, and Cooper not going to buy it. And that one misses. So Bassery will work out a walk, and the base is loaded up. Tracy will be the hitter here. That last out can be a tough one to get. Tracy, 1 for 3 today. Looks at a first pitch strike. It seems as though Fialo is throwing the ball pretty well, but Cooper, a couple of solid hits and also a couple of walks, but then the base runner lost at home plate certainly didn't help their cause. There's a strike. Fialo trying to nail down the win. Breaking ball has him ducking out of the way there, 1-2. And there's a called third strike, and Tracy caught looking to end it here. So he came back with a sharp breaking ball. So Cooper, a big threat in the 7th inning, although not able to score. No runs, a couple of hits. They will strand 3. And so Benilde's early runs hold up. Cooper making it interesting, as we said, with a couple runs in the 4th, couple more in the 5th, and then loaded them up in the 7th. But it is Benilde scoring the win to improve to 4-3 as the Red Knights win it by a final score of 10-4. Again, the team's playing again in a 5-inning game in the second game, a game we will not have for you here on CCX. So best of luck to the Red Knights and the Hawks the rest of the season here. Hope you've enjoyed this telecast from Cooper High School. For all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. There again, your final. Benilde 10, Cooper 4.